And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
From the 24, Dobbs steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down, Bears.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Dobbs is throwing. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Wipe up! Sing the slot. We are going. Flip it down.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
258.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Bears' 5-yard line.
One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They give it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
First down, Dobbs to throw. He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is Cohen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He's got his tight end, Burton. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Back to throw Dobbs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. The 40. The 20. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd and 2, Dobbs. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 38, Dobbs. That'll be caught by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. To throw is Dobbs. He's got Burton here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down now. It's Cohen, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Throwing here, Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete. David Montgomery, the target out of the backfield, but now it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On 3rd down, Dobbs. He may try and run for this. And he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Green 18.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, Dobbs. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Dobbs now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Kenny Clark in on the stop. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Dobbs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dobbs. This is caught by Robinson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Dobbs going for it all. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Dobbs. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before break. Dobbs looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This fielded at the 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. They'll run on first down. Ingram will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dobbs. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Dobbs. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw on third down, Dobbs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A big effort that time out of Ingram. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point splits the uprights. Back now at Lambeau. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They stopped him shy of the marker. Thought they were bringing up fourth down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. On the draw, this is Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Bears on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Dobbs. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check 9, check 9.
Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. This one into the hands of Burton. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dobbs. That'll be caught by Cup. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to 1st.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dean Lowry. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set them up with a much more manageable 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Dobbs. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Rodgers now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Hey, check, check.
On play action, it's Dobbs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Packers 28, Bears 3.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing here, Dobbs, flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And the pressure gets to him again. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dobbs. He's got his tight end, Burton. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. From the gun on 3rd down, Dobbs. And Robinson with a big catch. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Dobbs. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dobbs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.